So it's the start of term, going back to work, everyone's trying to get the haircut, look good, look nice. But for some people with sensory processing difficulties, getting your haircut can be a really, really difficult time. So again, it can be lots and lots of reasons why. It might be the chair that they're sitting in. It might be the environment. So you need to be really, really careful where you take them to. Are the lights sensitive to the person, to your child, whoever you're supporting? Are they okay with lights? Is there music? Is there noise? Is it very busy? So you need to think about the environment itself. So maybe you have someone that comes home to cut their hair. Other sensory difficulties can be, if they're using scissors, it can be sound, but also if they're using a shaver, it can be sound. So if they're using clippers. If you think when you get your hair cut, it's all relating to your head. Now, when we feel vibration in our head, that's translating that information into sound. So if we're sensitive to auditory, to sound information, that is going to be so much noise for us to cope with, especially if they're electric. So we've got all these vibrations on our head and we're processing the sound. It's going to become so overwhelming, they're not going to want to sit there to get their hair cut. It might be the smell of the perfume that someone's wearing. It might be the smells of all the hair products in the room. It might be the fact they have to wear different clothing. And for someone who finds it difficult to change their clothes, to wear different kinds of clothing, that could be really difficult. Now, I know a lot of children, when I've taken them to get their hair cut to support families, one thing that is really supportive are the plastic wet shoulder, what are they called? Like guards. So they pop it on their shoulders and it's weighted, so it's plastic. It helps to keep all of the cloth, the clothing out of the way from the hairdresser. But for that person, because it's a bit heavier, it's rubbery, that's a really comfortable feeling. It's helping them to feel grounded, so it's weighted. So think about that. Try and encourage them, if they have one, to use that. Try and be quick. Try and gradually build up over time. Try and take something which that person really enjoys, so they've got that comfort of having something which they like, whether it's something they fiddle with, whether it's a light, whether it's something which they feel happy with. Find ways to support their auditory processing. So if they find it really difficult with the clippers, maybe try and use scissors. Scissors can be held further away from our head, from our body, so there's less sound going to be processed. Tell the hairdresser before you go there that some of the difficulties that your child or whoever you're taking to the hairdresser has, so that then they're aware of it. So it might be they can do a bit, have a rest, go back. They can do a bit, have a rest, go back. So they can do it in small chunks. As soon as we bombard someone with an activity, so doing something with them, that can then raise our levels of anxiety, but also fight and flight, which is a lot of the time how people respond to their sensory processing difficulties.